Welcome to Crappens. Don't wait a week for a new video. Join our Patreon at the Crappens On Demand level for instant recap access. Link in description. Enjoy the show. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on Yo Brovs. I'm Ronnie. As usual, I'm with the gorgeous and talented, sweet-hearted, stinky farted Ben Mandelker. Hello, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
How's that for a Housewives tagline? Sweet-hearted, stinky farted Ben Mandelker.
I am stinky farted. I don't act like my shit don't stink. It's stinky farted.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Happy Monday. Today
Monday.
We're doing Project Runway. Super exciting. But guess what else we're doing? Real Housewives of New York for later. And guess what else we're doing? We're also doing the return of our old show, Take a Seat, our live Crappens show. But guess what? We're not calling it that anymore because it's no longer on Spotify. So screw those guys. Just kidding. Love you, Spotsies. Miss ya. Right now, we are going to just do this on Instagram Live because guess what? It's worldwide. So I would just like to congratulate us on being picked up by Instagram, the worldwide network.
Instagram has given us a platform. You guys, we've been selected by ourselves to go on Instagram.
Huge contract. So we're super excited. This, for those of you who don't know or who weren't here at the time, this is our bi-monthly live show. It's every other Monday, first and third Monday of the month. And it's where we just get together with you guys and talk about all the hot Bravo stories, etc. You guys can come up and tell us what you're pissed off about this week. And we just have a great old time. It's like a happy hour, so it's called Crappy Hour.
Crappy Hour.
It's every Monday night, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully we'll have a lot of Bravo commentators and stuff like that, old friends on, Ryan Bailey, people like that, Pink Shade podcast, you never know, Kate Casey, just Danny Pellegrino, hopefully one day.
All our friends.
Yeah, just get all our friends. It's kind of an excuse for us to hang out with our friends who include you. So join us every other Monday. Tonight's our maiden voyage party. I'm sure it's going to be a fucking disaster because it's us, so we'll find a way to fuck it up somehow. You excited, man?
I am excited. So, of course, by the way, everyone should follow our account at Watch for Crappens on Instagram, and then follow us personally. That's at Ronnie Karam and at Ben Mandelker. You'll be able to find us pretty easily. So I'm really excited. I don't know why it's taken us this long to do it, but we're doing it. And the Crappy Hour is opening, and it's going to be great. We're going to have so much to talk about.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. A lot's been happening. I mean, we've got to catch up on a lot of stuff. Kyle Richards, stupid fake love interest. Some Vanderpump Rules stuff. I've got tons of stories already clipped for tonight. So it's going to be a good old time.
Yeah, there's plenty of garbage to discuss.
There sure is. So this week, pretty busy week. Here's normal. The Southern Charm preview came out, which is super exciting. They really listened, I think, to the audience and just went and found a whole bunch of new douchebags to put on the show.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's going to be good.
I mean, what a bunch of asshole-looking people. I mean, they have one guy's face that literally looks like a butthole. He looks like a younger Thomas Ravenel. Doesn't he look just like him? Do you know who I'm talking about?
I feel like I saw 3 different buttholes, cast on the show. So I can't tell which butthole you're talking about. And if you say it's the butthole who wears like a Patagonia vest, still won't narrow it down.
It's a butthole, I think, that almost beats up Austin, which is going to be fun. So I love that these old douchebags are getting a run for their money from new douchebags. I mean, they're all in white pants and like the typical Southern Charm attire. I can't wait. I'm excited. So we'll talk about that maybe later. Who cares? Big Brother.
That show's coming back in about Big Brother. That show, by the way, it's Southern Charm's coming back in, I think, about a month. I think it's going to be on Wednesdays. And then there's another show that is coming back very soon, and I can't remember. What was it?
Bravo was it Salt Lake City? Because
I feel like I saw something, but then I didn't. Someone said this was the trailer. I think it was fake also.
Yeah, I think it was fake. Thanks for faking us out. Okay, let's not fall for everything. Okay. You know what I fell for today? Zero carb tortillas. I'm such an idiot. First of all, I'm not even a no carb person. Like, I don't like, I'm trying to count my calories or whatever, but I'm not like, oh, I'm only eating protein. Oh. I'm just not like that. I love a carb. But I read in like a low calorie article something about these these zero carb. Anyway, I was at the store today, and there was this lady this older lady next to me, and we were both staring at these same carbs, these zero carb carbs. And I said, "Have you ever had these?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Well, are you going to get them?" And she said, "Are you going to get them?" And I said, "I'll get them if you get them." And she said, "Okay, I'll get them." And then I got them too. And I said, "Good luck to you." And she said, "Good luck to you." And I was like, you know what? I'm part of this community now.
You are. You are. You're gonna be welcomed on your Facebook group that you've been feeling shunned from. They're like, you know what? That man who tried to steal the dog. Guess what? He supported me on my zero carb tortilla.
Well, I'd like that lady, wherever you are, tonight when we both take a bite of our first zero carb tortilla and it tastes inevitably like chemically crap. I hope we think of each other and say, next time I'll be there to warn her. You know?
Well, I definitely am riding the high of 1,000 carb thing because I woke up this morning because I had a little bit of cake this weekend. And by a little bit, I mean I had a lot of cake. I mean, I had like ice cream cake, I had non-ice cream cake. So I woke up this morning and I said, you know what, Ben? It's a new week. You be healthy today. So what did I do? I took myself to the local bakery and I had a croissant. So
delicious. I love it. I support it.
I fully abandoned my plan within 5 minutes. And it was worth it because as I was sitting there eating the croissant and enjoying a coffee, Sade started to play. They started to play No Ordinary Love by Sade. And I was like, yes, I made the right choice because it's Monday morning, enjoying a croissant and coffee while Sade plays. And then I was like, well, I got to go back home.
Eating a croissant to No Ordinary Love.
Like literal perfection. And then I was like, ugh, I have to go home. I have to go home because we have to podcast. And so the song was wrapping up. And I was like, well, the good news is I'm going to put on 94.7 The Wave. And I'm sure they will have Sade on. And I got in the car and I put on 94.7 The Wave, or as we in LA know it, 94.7 The Wave. And sure enough, Sade was playing. And I was able to ride Sade all the way home. It was not No Ordinary Love. It was You're Mine, I'm Yours, Paradise. So I'm like, I am riding a croissant and double Sade high leading right into this recap.
And
so
that song also works with the croissant. Like, I am yours, you are mine. Oh, God. And
it's also what you could sing to the tortilla lady.
Yeah, it also does work with that because I am her. It's like I'm never going to forget her. It was a moment. But that's a pattern. And also I saw about 6 Ford Broncos today. Isn't that weird? I don't know why.
That is weird because I almost tried to squeeze in a call to the Ford dealership today.
Really? For what?
Well,
people, by the way, have stopped listening to this. Sorry, we haven't talked to each other for 3 days.
I know. This is ostensibly a Project Runway recap. When I bought my Kia, I bought it from a place that was like a combined Kia/Ford dealership, and they put the warranty under
sake,
Ford.
What, they couldn't fit a Burger King or a Dairy Queen in there as well? Fucking slash places.
They did. So I can get my car serviced at Dairy Queen. But the warranty is, for some reason, the warranty is at Ford because I think they were able to offer a better warranty or something. And so now it's time for my car's first servicing, and it's like I have to call Ford to see if they will accept my Kia at the Ford dealership.
Yeah, well, they better. They fucking better. Tell them you'll explode 6 Ford Broncos. You have a friend who will start putting nails in the road because all he sees are fucking Ford Broncos everywhere. I guess it's a very popular car where I live. Yeah. By the way, cute car. Okay, let's get on to this. You know what else? Who else made a lot of cute things? The people of Project Runway. It's a very special Project Runway week because it's the Below Deck crossover.
Yeah, what a fun episode. So hilarious. So I loved seeing the Deckies. I loved seeing what they had to do. I loved seeing, our favorite Kate Chastain as a guest judge and Countess Luann thrown in there just because why not? It was an episode for everyone.
Yeah, it really was. And Nina's back, which is very important to us. That's our favorite part of these recaps. And she was not in last week's recap, our first recap of the season. And probably second to last. So she wasn't.
You never know.
She wasn't even in it. So anyway, we start this off. The Siriano save has just been applied. It's just been used. Rami cashed it in. And he's like, I've never in my life thought Christian would use his save on me. I'm ready to embrace this moment and move on. And then Prajay, who's wearing a blanket with painted words all over it, because of course he has to have a fucking blanket with words painted on. Like, Prajay cannot have anything in his life that doesn't have words or something painted all over. It's just his thing. And he's like, it brought me to tears, honestly. Like, I've painted tears on my face to represent the tears I've cried. Because I'm an artist. I'm an artist.
He's like, to be standing up there in the bottom with you, like someone who I looked up with, and I tried to keep it together to think that here you are someone who's been in the industry for 20 years, and I was basically going to beat you. Like, you were going to be beaten by me. Like me, Prajay, person with words. I actually did beat you, and you were saying, God, brought tears to my eyes.
We can move on about it because I'm so grateful. And he's like, yeah, well, you had to be saved. And I thought, wow, someone I looked up to. I was so glad to see you getting saved. Honestly, you're so kind. I'm so excited to move on and not have to remind people of being saved. You just think 5 minutes ago you were kicked off and then your friend saved you, which isn't really fair, is it? But, good for you. Does anyone have a paintbrush? I'm going to paint a not fair blanket for Rami to wear for the rest of the episode.
Do you think we could just like call the Siriano save like just Project Runway Welfare? Just like a handout? Maybe we could do that. Sarami's like, the fact that Christian has given me this boost of validation and admiration for my work to give me a second chance gives me confidence. And I need that right now because I haven't felt that from the judges so far. Yeah, that's because you suck and I just want to see you get tortured some more. Bye. Oh, thanks, Christian. Thanks.
I wanted to see you get kicked off twice in a season. That's like literally what sounds fun to me. Bye. Also, guess what? What are you, triggered? The judges are not here to give you fucking confidence in yourself, okay? Stop your fucking whining, okay? And get to sewing, sir. Although I was kind of glad he was saved, but also kind of not, because I have a feeling he's just going to keep making the same shit over and over. Don't you?
Well, that's kind of what he did his first season. But I like Rami, so I was
like him
happy
in
that he
general,
was
too,
saved. Yeah. So then Christian texts the group, and it's like basically like, "Hi, go to the pier, bye, shove off," and they're all like, "Shove off."
Yeah, they're like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
So they do. And the woo crew, which is Brittany, I have a feeling when Brittany gets kicked off, there's not going to be any more wooing. Because I feel like Brittany is the leader of the woo crew. Every time that they have to like fake excitement, which is literally every single thing, they're like, okay, we're going to go to the pier in the freezing cold now. Brittany's always like,
yes.
Woohoo, yeah. And then everyone's like, whoa, yes, we're going to the pier. We don't need to be wooing. This is Project Runway. I don't need woos from you, okay? I need you to be bitchy. I need you to be overconfident, but also like a nervous wreck and super insecure. Like you think you're masking it, but you're not really masking it. I need you to be crazy. I don't need you to be positive,
Well, Brittany has a lot to be excited about because they do head out to what appears to be very cold weather. And now she can say, no, guys, I'm only sniffling because it was cold out. I'm not crying. I'm not crying at all. She's like happy she doesn't have to say that she was crying. Like she has a sniffle excuse.
So they get to the pier and Christian is like, isn't it gorgeous out? And they're like freezing their asses off. The next challenge is the one all designers have to go through to get to the finale. It's a Project Runway, darling. The real client challenge.
We also call this the anti-Rami challenge because it's called the Project Runway Darling. So anti-Rami. What's the opposite of Rami? Oh, Project Runway Darling.
I love the real client challenge because they've really had to switch up the meaning of this in the past few years. Because in the old days, the real person challenge was like the fuller figure woman, right?
Yeah,
which is now completely problematic. But that was the Project Runway thing, and then everyone would complain about it. Remember, there was always like a couple of evil people who were like, "I have to design for a big person. Fuck this!" And they would get like really upset and like show their ass and be terrible human beings. But now it's like normalized, like everybody designs for that, which is really, by the way, turned out to be a cool switch, I think, in the show in general. But now they have to come up with new ways. So they're like, the real person challenge, Target checkout ladies. And it's like, oh my gosh. And they're like, I really need to be able to move my elbow freely because you never know if people are going to be able to slide their barcode over, if I'm going to have to reach my arm out there to do it with the beep gun, okay, the scan gun.
Yeah. Well, it's also funny because not too long ago, the real person challenge was you are going to make the first responders of New York City look glamorous. Here's a police officer. Here's a firefighter. Here's an EMT. Here's a teacher. And like citizens of New York finally get their moment of glamour. And then like the very next season, it was like, and now it's the Real Housewives, and now it's Below Deck. We've given up on the real citizens of New York who need to glow up. We're just gonna do some cross pollination with our Bravo stars. Next season, I guarantee, will be Vanderpump Rules because this was filmed before the Scandal moment. Like I guarantee, it's gonna be all like Ariana as guest judge, and then like Ariana's just gonna be judging her castmates. It'll be like Tom Schwartz and Katie and James all coming down the runway. That's my prediction.
Well, from what we found out about how Bravo pays and treats their people from this lawsuit that everybody's filing against them, these are the real people. Like we're finding out that these are lower middle class people. Bravo gives them $5 for the first time they shoot it, and then they get no royalties or anything else. So they're basically like, "Hi, everybody. These are Below Deck people. They're poor. They will be less than poor for about 5 minutes, and then they're going to be back on the streets with a mop." Okay, so well, this one makes a little more sense at least, or Gina, if they were just all Ginas of the
All
Real
Ginas.
Housewives.
Just Gina clones.
Design 10 outfits
again,
for Gina.
put Gina in strange outfits like we did last season. So all the designers are like, yay. And this is when we do have a flashback of Gina because Anna reminds us that last season she went home because of the outfit she made she was Gina cursed. And so and we see a flashback of Gina's really horrific reunion outfit that she wore. And Anna's like, she's like, in real life, like there's no problem for me making my clients happy. I just don't watch the Real Housewives, which has nothing to do with being able to make a dress for someone, by the way.
Right, a ball gown. They tell you like, oh, they wear like fierce ball gowns, and she's like, pantsuit. And weird futuristic shoulders. Also, Anna, why is Anna wearing like a little Bo Peep? Like, is she wearing curtains on her head? What the fuck? Like, I get that you're supposed to be like crazy fashion people. You just look crazy.
That is actually Captain Jason's disco helmet that he uses on Project Runway. He's like, well, since we're on Project Runway, we trade out the disco helmet and we give you a little Bo Peep on it.
You get the little curtain helmet. It looks like a little kid playing hide and seek and like coming up from under the curtains to be like look around, to see if they've been caught.
Or like someone in a school play who's like a daffodil. Like, oh, Mr. Daffodil, I'm lost. Where do I go to town? And then someone comes out dressed like a daffodil.
Yeah.
So Christian's like, well,
she lost with Gina because of Gina. I mean, it just makes perfect sense. Like, of course you did. Did anybody even doubt that season? I think we recapped that episode. Did we doubt during that episode that whoever designed for Gina was going to lose? Like, you're just going to lose. I mean, there is no stink like the Gina stink.
It's like, right. It was like predestined. Like, there's just no way to fix that. So Christian's like, all right, well, here come the clients. But like the yacht that they come in on is like all the way across the river. And so they see this yacht from afar. And you hear Kato go, oh my God, is that Diddy? I'm like, oh, you poor thing. You were about to be so disappointed. And then they had to stand there for 15 minutes while that
That's
boat
a
came
Staten
in.
Island ferry. What the fuck? That's not some nice. It's the Diddy's yacht. That's like the Staten Island. People are coming off looking like, where's the Nathan's hot dogs? Why are we parked here?
Melanie Griffith is coming off ready to go to work.
Or me. I used to do that. That used to be my life. Coming off the Staten Island ferry like, hello, New York City. I'm walking to the Upper East Side. Because I lived in Staten Island my first year, and I worked across from the UN. So I used to walk all the way. And I could afford the subway. But yeah, I was like, could you believe I used to be like that?
All the way to the UN from the...
Yeah. I would sometimes I would take the train there and walk home, but usually I would walk there and walk back. Because I was in New York, I was 18. I was like, oh my God, it's New York City. I would literally walk for hours just being like, hi, New York. Hi, New York. It's me, Rhonda.
I feel like every time you got on that Staten Island ferry, you did in your head sing Let the River Run.
I sang all sorts of shit. I would get at the back of the boat and sing to the, you'd see the city leave you at night, like as you walked away. So I'd walk to the back and like sing to the city. Those days. So the Below Deck music is singing to us, and the captains and the crew of Below Deck are here. And Brittany's like, I really love Below Deck. I mean, they are beautiful, even the men. And and so they come, and Anna's like, what is it? What is
this?
that?
Why are there workers here? And Brittany's like, you've never seen Below Deck? Anna, you really got to get out more. I mean, you're on Bravo, for crying out loud. Do your research more.
But why would you have to get out more? It's a TV show. You have to stay in to watch it.
Yeah. Maybe she means commission some yachts. I'm not sure.
You really need to stay in more.
So Prajay is like, Prajay, by the way, seems deeply disinterested by this entire group of people. And he tells us.
You could have just stopped it. Prajay seems completely disinterested because that's Prajay. That's Prajay's like vibe. Personality. Yeah.
He's like, we're talking about a show about a group of people that host different guests on a super mega yacht, and then they go out and turn the whole town upside down. My kind of party.
I would just add finger painting on the back of jackets. That was perfect.
Can I paint the number 43 on this yacht?
When they announced that it's Below Deck, I just wrote, cut to that blonde idiot girl twerking. I can't. Because I couldn't remember her name. But of course they have to put that in there.
We almost got through the episode without her doing it.
I mean, the second, it's like, who over there thinks that the second anybody thinks of Below Deck, they think of this idiot twerking poorly. I mean, with her her cat butt scratch on a cat post version of twerk. It's the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen. Stop. This is not why we're watching Below Deck. Stop it.
So Christian's like, designers, please meet the OG of Below Deck, the stud of the sea, Captain Lee. I can't believe I have to say these things. I address Oscar winners, and I'm here introducing the cast and crew of Below Deck. Wow. Wow.
Well, I just like to say you all look fruitier than a bowl of Flintstone cereal, and I love Fruity Pebbles. So more power. Is that girl wearing curtains on her head? Where the fuck did you people bring me?
So, designers, as you can see, our formal uniforms need a serious update. It's boring AF, which stands for aft forage, forest. It's a forest in the aft. I'm not sure what AF actually means. Can someone help me with that?
And Sandy's like, so take, what we're going to need is you to take the 1800 style of our outfits and bring them more current. And Captain Jason's like, a little less Lee and a little more Z.
And Z's like, So, designers, you heard the captain. The formal uniform needs rescuing. Their function, but no fashion. How sad. Almost like Rami having to be saved by me. Anyway, reinvent the formal white epaulette and black epaulette uniforms.
Brittany's like, I'm sorry, MZ, but I'm going to have to just be friends with you. He's like, okay, I've already been friend zoned. That's great. I just
wow, I
literally walked up the block.
didn't even consider a romantic prospect with you, Brittany, but I've already been friend zoned. Got it. That was quick.
All right, you got two basic colors, black and white. But when it comes to trim, go crazy. You guys are going to be busier than a doorknob on a whorehouse on nickel night.
They're like, oh! Christian goes, wow, now I'm really excited. So then they get paired up randomly. So Karasan's with Z, Bishme's with Aisha, Rami's with Courtney, Kato is with Daisy, Prajay is with Sandy, Brittany is with Colin, Anna's with Jason, and Laurence is with Gary.
Gary?
Poor Laurence. She deserves better.
What is Gary doing here? Laurence really does deserve better. And guess what? This is a 2-day challenge. You have 45 minutes to brainstorm a sketch and not be stupid. Whoops, left out the last part. Good luck with that one. Bang.
By the way, could we, shouldn't Faye, I think Faye should have been part of this. It's just not, first of all, Faye already looks like Melanie Griffith, so she would have been, great stepping off that ferry. Second of all, it's Faye. I'm worried that history is going to leave Faye behind, and there needs to be a place for Faye in future below deck experiences.
I feel like we're older, and there's just not enough people in the audience who appreciate Beverly D'Angelo, and so Faye is not getting her proper respect in the below deck canon. She brought a lot. Plus, she already modeled on
Yeah.
her season of Below Deck, and she was a professional model back in the day. So.
Yeah, let's not forget that Faye has experience modeling haute couture in a cave in Norway. Okay.
I want to look her up on Instagram because I just saw a post by her today that was
Really?
cracking me up. Yeah, Instagram. Let's see. I know everybody's dying to know Faye's post from Below Deck that nobody watched. But wait, hold on. Faye, what's her name? Faye. Oh,
Faye.
Faye Clark M
Faye
USA
Clark.
or something. Okay, let me see. She says,
No girl has actually seen a picture of a man holding a fish and thought he has a lot of talent and skill and seems really adventurous and fun. I would like to have sex with him. So maybe let's stop doing that.
but Faye's like decided that today is her time to make a stand against men fishing.
I love it. I support it.
Faye woke up on a Monday and just chose fucking violence. She's like,
You know what I'm sick of today? Men fishing. I'm sick of it. I've had it. If I'm asked to dinner by one more man that smells like a fish.
She just said, today is the first day of my stand-up comedy journey. She's just walking around on stage. What's the deal with men with fish? Am I right?
Can we please stop?
okay.
So this is gonna be a 2-day challenge, and Christian's like, remember, these are your clients. Work with them, listen to them, but don't lose yourself. And Ram is like, never in my life did I think I'd be meeting the crew of Below Deck, even though I watched them on TV before, let alone be designing something for Courtney. So I'm secretly kind of excited about this one. Oh, that's so sweet, Rami, that this is the most famous person you've styled for. Wow. Cute.
Also, Rami is such a liar because no true fan of Below Deck would be excited to style Courtney. You know what I mean? Nobody would be like, oh my God, I got Courtney. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, Lawrence,
Poor Courtney.
Lawrence.
I'm so mean to Courtney. Like, Courtney is one of the nicest people on these shows. She literally does nothing. Here's the thing I hate about Courtney: twerking. That's it.
The twerking.
It's just
She
the
just-
twerking. Everything else is fine. In case anybody's like, oh my God, why does he hate Courtney so much? That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. It's poor, awkward white girl twerking. I'm sick of it. I've had enough of it. And listen, I have a lot of white girl friends who try it. And hey, a lot of gay male friends who try it too. If you can't make your butt clap like this, stop it. Just stop it.
Remember on Courtney's last season when there was that awkward Southern guy who he had bad banter. He had like cruel banter, and he's like, "Oh, you're silly, Courtney. I mean, you're like someone with daddy issues who can never get approval or the love that you really want because you just want attention. That's all that makes you happy." Ha ha ha! And she was like, "Oh, that was so mean."
She's like, actually, I'm really insecure, and I can't believe it. Someone would say that. It makes me almost not want to. Oh wait, hold on. I'm cry twerking. I'm cry twerking.
Tears from my twerk. So,
Tears of a twerk.
so Rami is asking. So now they're all with their clients, and Rami's like, "Tell me everything you do, your job description." She goes, "Oh well, this is like I greet the guests on the boat, and then I twerk, and then they laugh at me, and I think that they're laughing with me, but I guess I've been told they're laughing at me. So something that makes me comfortable when I'm receiving laughter."
So something professional, something stylish, something modern, maybe something functional, you mean? Well, something that people don't lose. You just lost, didn't you? So don't do that again. It's like, I would love to just move on from that. If we could, that would be great.
So let me get this straight. So you're transitioning from Stu to Decky, and you're going to need to be very active, something that can be waterproof, so you can be moving around and comfort. How do you feel about a draped ball gown? Not sure that's really going to work for my uniform. Okay, got it. So draped ball gown it is. Got it. Yeah.
So then we go to Z and Karasan, who's designing his, and she's like, "Let's paint the moment. Like, what's the moment?" And he's like, "Oh, I really love patterns. Like, I love like standing out." And then we see a picture of him in an old Navy shirt that has like kind of scattered polka dots on it. And I was like, yes, that's it. The fashion maven, Z. Can't
Patterns.
wait.
So what I'm imagining is like different patterns. There could be patterns over here and patterns over there, and they can be in their own. We could call them like zones, but they work together. They're like friends. So they're like friend zones, a pattern of friend zones.
I mean, I just don't want to get married to one idea. So we're just going to
I
put that
just
idea
can't commit
right
to
over
this.
here. Yeah. I still like the idea. I'm going to smile at the idea every once in a while. I'll text back to the idea. But,
So she wants to basically. Karasan talks about being a military brat and like how her dad would go to these balls in his uniform, and so she wants to do something that kind of is reminiscent of that. And he's,
okay,
of
but
course-
guess what? Guess what Stews and Deckies don't go to? Military balls. So that might be a problem. Okay.
that is true. That is literally they don't do that.
Yeah, they don't do that. So then Brittany has Colin lucky, and so she's like, tell me what you're looking for. Now, do you ride bikes? Is there a section where you ride bikes on that you talk to Cody Rigsby and tell him what an inspiration he is through the screen while you pedal?
Just give me a run. Just tell me what you are looking for. Just a little bit of honesty for once. You know, I just don't want to be in a triangle. I just want you to be upfront.
Okay,
What's
so you
going-
want a Peloton outfit, basically. I can't even finish a sentence on this show. It's a totally different shit.
What a trick. I thought someone was actually asking me what I wanted in life for once.
You see, here's what I'm looking for, Britt. True love with one lucky lady. Preferably one that Gary hasn't slept with yet. You see, Brittany, I had a girlfriend. Right?
Okay. So what I'm thinking is a good power zone endurance kind of fit. That's what would be good for you. You know, a 60-minute kind of with Matty Wilpers kind of thing, you know, where he could play a little Metallica, but he can also play some Dave Matthews and he can rock that out.
So then we go to Laurence, who's with Gary, and Gary's like, I'm the chief officer.
She's like, it's like she just got slimed. She's like, ugh.
She goes, whoa, the chief officer. You know, she's like totally unimpressed. And he's like, yeah, so I'm very mobile. And my penis is huge, and I don't comb my hair. Would you like to fuck? She's like, disgusting.
Laurence, are you on your period right now? I feel like that's something you should be telling me.
And she's like, what do you carry with you on your job? And he goes, a radio, a boner, the burden of being incredible, mediocrely handsome. You know how it goes.
How can I incorporate blah, 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 blah into uniform? I'm not even sure I understand what that is.
She's like, so a jumpsuit. I'm going to do a jumpsuit.
And then Aisha's with Bishmi, and she's like, hi, I'm the chief stew. I'm in charge of the interior. And oh my God, there's something crawling up below me. What is this? Hello, I'm Laura. And you are now speaking to Laura. I want a beautiful can-can dress. Laura, get back to the boat.
No, but all I want to do is to can. Leave Laura. You're ruining everything.
Laura, undermining doesn't work on Project Runway.
One thing I'd really love is a place to hide my phone. Because I want to look professional, but I want something to also show off my female form because I work on tips.
Can dress shows off female form. Please do it for me. Laura, stop it. Go away.
And Bishmi's like, so what I'm hearing is can dress. No, come on. I'm going to make you a can dress that's made completely out of Mickey Mouse ears.
By the way, I
My
feel like
favorite design style. By the way, why is it that the 2 episodes we recap of this show, he doesn't do his signature Mickey Mouse ear style? I think because Christian was like, I think you need to do more than Mickey Mouse ears. And he was like, okay. And then he actually listened. Don't give up your signature. I need to make fun of it. Bring it back.
I think I realized, by the way, Bishme, like the way he talks like someone who's been in the cold for too long. Because you know, like when you've been in the cold and your mouth gets so your face gets so cold that you can't like talk normally. You're like everything's kind of like stiff, and you're like talk. I feel like he's just had his head in a freezer, and then he's come out to do his interview. He's like, hold on, he's like, I'm gonna make Mickey Mouse ears today. You're like, come on, thaw out Bishme.
So then we go to Daisy and Cato, and Daisy's like, "I'd like something flattering, and maybe something that'll get people to stop blaming me for Gary and Colin's bullshit. Because no matter how hard I try, it's like, fuck Daisy, she's a villain, and wah, glug, 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 glug." Like, damn, Daisy. So when Daisy in the below deck sailing reunion, wasn't she saying that part of Colin and hers relationship was hooking up in New York?
People have been messaging about like, is this when something happened? I at this point I forget the timeline. Was this like, it had to have been when Daisy and Gary hooked up, or Daisy and Colin? Something happened in New York, and the question is this Project Runway taping when it all happened?
I think she was saying they spent some time together in New York or something, and I think it must have been during this time.
Or BravoCon.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, this was probably shot around BravoCon based on the weather.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh, no, it was probably...
I don't know. I'm just saying, yeah, I don't know.
I literally don't know. I don't know why I make these hypotheses when I have I'm like, oh, it was a little cold out. It was probably BravoCon. I'm like,
and it doesn't really matter, right? Like, it doesn't matter if this is when they hooked up. It's just like trying to put the timelines together is interesting, I think, because if it was this, because it sounded like, oh, we were hooking up and we were really making a go of this relationship when we stayed in New York together for a few weeks. But now it's like, oh, we just both shot Project Runway. It's like, that's not part of a relationship. You know what I mean? You can't count banging while you're shooting a 2-day episode working on a relationship. But what do I know? You know?
I mean, I love to imagine that Project Runway advances the storyline of this love triangle. Like, I like the Marvel, universe thing that goes on with Bravo, where it's like, you have to watch all the shows to understand what all the shows make, what they all mean.
Yeah. And she's like the professor. What's his name?
Professor Strange.
One. Yeah.
Literally, why? Like, I mean,
that's the hardest.
Was that his given name, Professor Strange? I didn't watch it.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Oh, sorry.
Well, the first one was really good. The second one, but yeah, that one was the hardest one to get through to like keep up with the storyline. I was like, oh God, please don't make me sit through another Doctor Strange.
But did he become Doctor Strange
or whatever his name is?
Was he like born like Robert Strange, or was he like? Did he, like, when he got his powers, become Doctor Strange? And isn't that such an on-the-nose name?
Dr. Wacky. He's like, I'm wacky. Ow, I just popped my ear. I'm doing something where I'm popping my ear when I open my mouth too wide. Okay, what is Doctor Strange's real
Christian name?
Stephen Vincent Strange, I guess, was his actual name.
Well, I feel like we could have done better. Stephen Vincent Strange. Who was the board? But that was that Stan Lee? Was Stan Lee just out of ideas that day? He's like, Stephen Vincent Strange, I guess. Let's just Strange.
They're just taking every Stan Lee idea, even the ones that were thrown in the trash. They're like, wait a minute, flying cereal man. Okay. Let's make a 10-part movie out of that. Okay.
Starring Paul Rudd and Natalie Cohn.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to Cato and Daisy. So Cato's like, you have a great figure, so let's show off that weight. Let's show off that waist and really accentuate your figure. And she's like, I love colors. I love them. Look at my nails. I was like, oh God, please don't tell her to do neon. She's just going to get her in trouble.
Kato's like, and how's the walk? Am I going to need to give you modeling lessons? She's like, no, I just need alcohol. So then we have Anna with Jason. And so Jason's like, I'm a pretty active captain, so I'm out with the crew a lot. You might, I need something loose. I need light material. And she's like, okay. And he's like, by the way, I live in Bali now, so an Asian theme should come out somehow. So I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, she's going to get sidetracked and this is going to go all wrong.
Yeah, and I love, well, I'll get to it. Okay, so then, so then we go over to Sandy, and she's like, I like bling, bling, a blingity bling, a bling, 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 and a blingity bling, bling. Wiggy, wiggy. And Project's like, oh, God, please no. She's like, yeah, listen, I like a wiggy, wiggy, bling, 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 bliggity, blang, 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 goes the trolley bling, you know? I think we can, like, really bling out a belt. What do you think of that, young person?
Could we make sure this belt is on fleek with its bling? That's what I would like right now. And we could have a blingy belt, and it doesn't have to be so high. Why do belts have to be so high? Because a belt can be low. Let's just change the way we look at belts. Make them blingy.
He's like, oh, God, already she's asking for a blings. Please. I love him. I fucking love this guy. And Sandy's like, yeah, I think it could look really good. And he goes, how about on one of the sleeves, we can build one stripe here, and then it can go to the collar. She goes, oh, my God, bling. I was like, there's nothing. He didn't say anything about bling
I
in
know. She goes, oh, I'll feel like a queen. He goes, yeah. So, that's how we'll bring the bling. Got it. Bling, 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 respect bling. I get it.
Bling, bling. Hello. Hi, Norma. What do you need? Yeah, I'm requesting bling. Norma, stop bothering me with this. All right? I've got bling waiting on the other line, you dumb bitch. Hi, Bling.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
me, Captain Sandy. Can't wait to hang out later. Bling.
Hey, Norma, how's it like not having a bespoke outfit made for you by a fashion designer, huh? Good. Well, anyway, I'm going to let you get back to reheating your Stouffer's mac and cheese. Talk to you later.
So then we go over to Laurence, and she's teasing Bishmi about not coming up with ideas and stuff. And Aisha's like, but he does have ideas. He's got a good brain. Can somebody get him a jacket, though? It'll look very uncomfortable.
So now they go to Mood, and they're like looking up, they're getting their fabrics and everything. And Bishmi decides that he wants to do neoprene because Aisha's talking about how she's always sweating on the boat.
Hi.
So
Sorry to break in here.
I had nothing left to say.
Isn't neoprene hot as fuck to wear? How is neoprene cooling? I just don't understand that. Don't people literally wear neoprene in the ocean to keep from freezing to death?
I don't know.
Isn't it rubber? Isn't neoprene?
I don't really
I'm
know.
confused.
I don't know what neoprene. You know what neoprene? My experience of neoprene is in board gaming, where you get like a play mat and it's neoprene and you put your cards on it. So to think of it as like something to wear, I didn't understand, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to look. I didn't want to look more stupid than I already am when I talk about fashion on Project Runway.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm an idiot. I feel like owning it just is so freeing. Okay, so I looked it up. So I'd like to thank Google.
Oh, I know what it is. It's when recording artist Neo gets into a suit and walks around. Neoprene.
I know, it's when he's like taking selfies. When Neo's taking selfies. So traditional neoprene, this is from macrointernational.com, okay?
I love that.
Traditional neoprene has many advantages, such as being waterproof and providing thermal insulation. However, traditional neoprene is not breathable, so it can be hot, as it is constructed with a closed cell structure. So, thank you. I rest my neoprene is hot case.
Well, maybe the way Bishme constructed it is that it's like open and flowing. So the it did look kind of like open. It looked like there was ways for temperatures to escape.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I wasn't sure. It's something that I would like to.
It just sounded insane to me, so I had to point it out. Okay, so then Anna is looking for something black. She wants something in black, and she's gonna go with a kimono inside a jumpsuit, which sounds fucking insane.
Kimono inspired jumpsuit.
Oh, thank you. Kimono inspired jumpsuit.
Still sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah, either way, it sounds fucking insane. And Christian's like, so he's with Laurence, and he's like, so is leather functional on a boat? And she's like, he needs a jacket. It's perforated leather. Shut up. And he's like, okay. So that's really all the answer I was looking for. You're sure about this? She's like, die. Okay. I'm blood and war.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna go back over here and make fun of Rami a little bit more. Bye. So Z wants black on black, so Kara's gonna make a tracksuit that meets a tuxedo. So she's calling that a trackzedo. And I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work for a deckhand, but she's doing it. She's got that portmanteau going.
So then we see the accessory wall. And Prajay has a little monologue, and he's like, I've been working nonstop, different clients, streetwear, formal wear. I built my own studio. And he's talking about how his goal is to bring confidence to clothes. And Sandy wanted rhinestones everywhere. And he's like, that's not happening here. But we can work with bling. Double-breasted suit, and I'll play with epaulets to create a patchwork. Okay, sounds good. What ends up happening is doilies on top of doilies and terribleness. A lot of terribleness.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to blame Captain Sandy for this. If Captain Sandy had come in and said, you know what, I love doilies. I love things that are kind of coasters, but also kind of useless. And that's what I would like to represent as a captain. That would have been okay. Or if he'd gone rhinestoney and it had gone crazy, but she asked for bling. Okay, I'll blame her. I love to blame Captain Sandy for stuff. This is not her fault.
This was not her fault. I feel like there must have been a way. I do think there's got to be a way to be able to like add bling to a captain shirt. I guess it's hard because it would look really costumey or camp very quickly. But I also think that maybe there's a way to like lean into that. I don't know. I think there's got to be a way. I think there's got to be a way to incorporate rhinestones into a captain's uniform.
Yeah, and I can't believe Captain Lee hasn't done it yet, actually, because if anyone's going to do it, his ass is going to be coming on in a full gold and rhinestone thing, like he drives a gold Lexus.
Yeah.
We've seen his fancy gold Lexus. Like that man loves some gold. So
like a rhinestone captain.
That guy definitely could have done it. This really didn't work out. And also, maybe I'm thinking of, what's that one where it's all the rich people on the boat. I don't want to say what happens, but it just came out. It was gross. Everybody was throwing up and pooping. Triangle of Sadness. Didn't that chef have like kind of a chef? I
haven't seen
Captain
it.
have kind of like he had like gold buttons and stuff. So yeah, you can do it. Come on.
I think there's a way.
Give
There's a
Sandy
way.
what she needs.
Yeah. So then Brittany, she's like, I just want to make Colin feels like super confident. Like engineers work below deck, quite literally. Let that sink in, that wordplay there, literally below deck. And then he's like up there greeting guests, and it has to do like something that's versatile, but like it also passes formal too, but can also do like a 20-minute, like, hitting hills kind of ride, So
So then we go to Laurence, and she is talking about how she's doing a jacket with leather mixed with wool. And she's like, I'm known for my leather jacket, so it's going to look cool. Stupid fucking Christian.
when I think of someone who needs a uniform for a boat, I think wool. Let's go to
Wool. Yeah.
Wool.
But
Wool
that's
is
kind of what
the fabric I need.
That's kind of what I really like about Laurence, is that she does not give a fuck. It cracks me up that she's like just blatantly like, fuck this challenge. I'm gonna make a leather jumpsuit. And
Yeah.
that's it. And wool. And you know what else I'm gonna make? A fucking wool cap too. Okay. And really thick oven mitt gloves. Okay. I'm just gonna make this person
Suede.
as hot as possible.
Exactly. We'll just add some suede elements. Well, don't get water. So then
Also, a bomber jacket literally makes no sense. She's making him a bomber jacket.
she just literally wanted to make a jacket. That's all she wanted. It had nothing to do with the challenge.
It makes no sense. And I loved it. So then Romney is Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney's here. He's doing a
came
great
in.
job.
He's going to tie his outfit to the top of his car.
So it's a long day ahead. Long day ahead. I need to pull it together because I'm already crying laughing over stupid shit. So Romney's like, Courtney's my client, and she's got to be comfortable, but also I would love to forget about Christian using to save on me. You lost, didn't ya? Oh, damn it. Okay. I'm giving her a windbreaker. Fuck.
So now it's 15 minutes left of this day. So there's sewing and more sewing to be done. And Rami is like he's got a lot to do, but he's gonna do like a third piece tomorrow, and he feels like lots of extra pressure. He's like, no, now that I've been saved, I feel even more pressure to do really good because it would really suck to be on the bottom again. Well, just remember that like your bottom is just I don't even want to. I can't even go down this path because I have nothing. I don't know what I'm even saying here. I'm just gonna stop talking because I started making a joke and I had nowhere to go with it.
Thumbs up, everybody. Come on, person with the second chance because he's got a friend here. Okay, it would be great if you guys could stop reminding me of that. So the next day, Bishmi's like, last night I watched a video called Below Deck, but it wasn't on TV. Change the E to an I. Like, that is hilarious. He means porn.
Brittany goes, okay. Okay,
porn watcher.
So now they're back in the workroom, and Christian's like, is it smooth sailing in here, everyone? And Christian is like, Rami, you're here. Guess what? Just want to remind you that you were saved, that you actually right now should be home slurping a cup of noodles and basking in your failure, but that I kept you around like a cat with a mouse, just to toy with you a little bit longer before you're inevitably eliminated again and you never win this competition. Your stuff looks great, though. Looks great.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you and thank you for that because I really appreciate that. That was really heartwarming. Remember all that speech I gave you about how proud I am of you? That was your payment. So maybe we could remember that part and stop bringing up
That I saved you? That was so amazing. What a moment. What a moment. That was television history.
Yeah.
That was good.
I would say that was one of my best moments, but I may have to share that with all the amazing Oscar dresses I've made for A-list celebrities. Anyway, I heard recently you made a dress from someone who was on Empty Nest. So congratulations.
Yeah, that would have been my best moment, but my best moment was when I won the show. And then my second best moment was when you got kicked off the show. And then my third best moment was when you got kicked off the show. And then my fourth best moment was when, after I kicked you off the show, then I saved you. And you had to come give me a speech about how impressed you are with me. Oh my God, cannot wait for my fifth favorite moment coming up soon, I'm sure.
Oh, wait, I think it's coming. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Oh, hello. I understand. Sure. Sorry. That was Christy McNichol. She's fired you and she wants me to design her next gown. So I guess we'll take back that empty nest moment from you.
Don't worry, I'm not actually sad enough to do it, but I will say yes until 2 days before and then leave it completely stranded.
I mean, obviously, I'm never going to dress for Christy McNichol, but it's just worth it to take her away from you. Anyway, your stuff looks great.
So then he goes over to Bishmi. And Bishmi's like, Aisha's always on her phone, so I thought it would be cool to design a pocket. Wow, sounds great. You're going to win this whole thing. The man who designed the phone pocket.
And he's like, and I'm going to do stripes down the side as a reference to the epaulettes. And it's going to be stripes. And Christian's like, wow, I love it as a fashion moment, but I think functionality-wise, this might be a little bit revealing. He's like, no, she said she likes to get her tips. She's got to show a lot of legs so that way she can impress people with her can. Oh, you talked to that girl Laura again. We've been trying to kick her out of the studio.
Okay, well, she's into it. Good plan then, I guess. Bye, stupid.
So then he goes to Prajay, and he's like, Captain Sandy wanted me to bedazzle. No.
He's like, oh, good choice. So I hope you make something that looks like a coffee cup that needs a shawl. Okay. A very fancy teacup that needs a shawl.
Like a little teacup cozy, but on a captain. Are you going to do that instead? Something that looks like Ashley furniture, but it's like worn and it's a uniform.
So then we go to Anna, and I love that Christian has never once gone over to Anna and just been like, cool. He always walks over. He's like, ew. He goes over and he goes, Anna, you really need to explain this to me. Like, why do you have a kimono jumpsuit while being a captain on a boat? What is that? Is that on purpose? And she goes, yeah. And he's like, really, Anna? Really, Anna?
She's like, well, no, because we're getting inspiration because he lives in Bali, so he wants Asian inspiration. He goes, oh. Okay. Well, okay. Hey, so remember last season when you kind of did almost the exact same thing to Gina and you tried to incorporate kimono into Gina's look. Remember how that worked out for you? Okay, just think about that for a second.
Did she? Was
Remember
Gina's
Gina
kind
had
of
like
kimono-y?
the shoulders came out. It was sort of like a kimono kind of.
Didn't she have like
V
Star
shape?
Trek kind of shoulders?
I seem to remember that it was kimono inspired. That it was sort of like a V shape, like the wide shoulders. I don't know.
Listen, I think of that episode, all I remember is a gather sign stumbling down the fucking runway, okay? And then taking home craft services and Tupperware. That's all I remember. So then Christian's like, okay, your models, I mean, clients, I mean, extremely poor people who actually know how to use mops are on their way in. Okay.
So there's like some sewing, and then there's a little comedy bit where Bishmay and Prajay pretend to radio back and forth to each other, and now finally the below deckers come in. So Sandy sees her. She's like, "Oh my God, I love that. I love this. I love how your version of bling is sort of a paisley kind of look and pattern with fabric instead of actual bling or anything shiny. That's a cool interpretation."
Oh God, my fucking dog's barking at something.
There's a squirrel outside, I'm sure.
Probably. It's like probably literally just a deer crossing the road. Okay, thank you. You did a great job. Good boy. Hey, do you want to die? Do you want to die young? Sorry, everybody. You know, life just keeps on going. Your kids just keep running around. You try to work from home, but your kids just ruin it. Okay, so then he goes to check on Daisy, and she does have, in fact, neon epaulets. And he's like, so, do you like these colors? And she's like, they match me nails. I like it. And he's like, aren't those shorts a little short there, guys? I love it. I love that, too. It's like, that's all I want.
So
I love Daisy and Aisha are both like, just make me as hot as fuck. I don't even care what you do. Just make me look good.
yeah, because they cannot stand that they spend 3/4 of their time on TV in boring polo shirts and these little khaki mini skirts. Like, because you can see just the way when they all get dressed up. You can see, especially like Laura. Speaking of Laura, she puts all this time and energy into like putting together a look. But then anytime she has to do an interview for the camera, they just put her in some sort of ill-fitting blue polo shirt. So like, these women are like, please let me show off some looks, okay?
Just an update. Bueller just came up here proudly like, yes, did I do it right? Yes, you protected the home. What a great dog. He's all happy with himself now. Okay, so then we go to Gary. Gary's like, I'm feeling confident. Would you like to date? Christian's like, no, but thank you. Please get your hands off me. Thank you. Well, for our line, this is amazing because it's just a jumpsuit. A jump on your bone suit. I asked for an easy opening for my dick, and here it is right now. You want to hold it? Would you like to hold it?
Oh, I love this jacket. It's beautiful. The jacket looks great. But I just don't understand why it's there. But it's a great jacket. But I guess that's also Lawrence's thing. She knows how to make a jacket, a leather jacket.
Right, but it's they don't wear those. So Aisha's like, oh my gosh, I really like this business. Wonderful.
Hello, apparently we have to evacuate. There's been a bomb threat. There's been sirens going off. No, that's just Aisha. Very excited about her outfit.
Just so everybody knows, we will not be able to film the final scene of this at the pier where we planned because a whale just crashed into it and ruined it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I tend to do that. So then we go to Brittany's, which looks awful. It looks so terrible because it's only half done, but it's basically we see basically like a shirt, and like one side looks like one thing, the other side is like floppy and not done. And I respect that it's not done, but it just looks crazy on Colin. And I was like, oh, this is not going to end well for Brittany.
I thought it looked so good. I loved it.
It was like, because it was like one half was just like floppy unformed, and the other one, it just like the collar was all messed up, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster.
Oh yeah, I guess we couldn't see what it was yet. Sorry, spoiler alert, I loved it in the end. So then Christian, sends everybody away and tells them they can all go out drinking tonight, which could be trouble. So They all leave, and Praj's like, I really thought it would be stressful and people would be crying like the Real Housewives. And they're like, really? What happened with the Real Housewives? And then we see a clip of that disaster of an episode, and it was amazing. When Wendy is like, I do not want a pantsuit. I told you. What did she say? How did she make that girl cry? It was so funny.
Because she had requested some, I forget what it was, but she had like requested something, and then the girl like didn't do it, or I forget. There was some sort of, it was like a whole dust up, but yeah, then everyone was having to consult. But that
she
girl
requested a
was also
pantsuit,
nutty.
but then said she doesn't want a pantsuit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what is she doing to me? So the clients leave. Oh, sorry. Ben.
I also like, by the way, before the clients leave, I really enjoyed Sandy and Jason doing an Instagram story, because Jason was like wearing his outfit, and Sandy had her phone out. She's like, okay, this is gonna be an Instagram story, and it's gotta be inspirational because I'm a motivational speaker. Okay, so hey Jason, you're on Sandy Cam. Tell me, what do you like about your outfit? He's like, well, Anna's from China, and I live in the Philippines, which is in Asia. And I thought, give me something a little bit Asian, so we're doing a little bit Asian. She goes, I totally love that. Thanks, everyone. You've been watching Sandy Cam. Hope you're inspired.
You know what? You are your own Barbie. Okay. See you next time. So the clients leave, and let's see, everybody, day's over, time for drinks. Let's go to the bar. So they go to the bar, and Anna's like, oh my God, that was my first tequila in a year because I just had a baby party. So Anna's like, I'm going to get shit-faced. And Gary immediately looks for the one who's like, let's do shots, of course.
Yeah.
And is like,
He smells blood in the water.
Hello. Yeah, he does. He smells Herradura in the water. And he's like, hello, what is your name? Anna? My name is Gary. Oh, you have a baby? That's hot. How's the baby? You want a tequila shot also?
Yeah, and she's just doing like shot after shot. He's like, ooh, yes, very nice. Hey, do you want to go outside? No one's watching. Let's go outside. So they sit outside, but like they're basically doing the Project Runway version of 2001: Space Odyssey, because like they think no one can see them, but we can actually see their faces. It's like we're all Hal watching the two people talk.
Well,
and
the camera is these cameras are so funny because they just go right up to the window and angle it down. You know that there's some like a little guy like holding it down like that.
And he's like, ooh, you know what? You're a superstar. You are a superstar. Blah blah blah. She's like, thank you. He's like, oh, you're welcome. And he keeps like sort of looking at her like he's gonna go in for a kiss. She's like, I'm my own superstar. Yes, 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 yes. And he like puts his arm around her. Like I was like, he is relentless.
He really is like, so he's got a problem at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is you've got a problem. So she goes, well, I'm divorced for the past 2 days. What'd she say? She said
Yeah,
something
she said like I'm
that.
divorced for 2 days. I want to party with you more, or something like that.
Yeah, like I want to party with you more. And he's like, then shall we? And
Then he
I'm
like
worried
kisses
for
her
Anna.
head.
I'm a little worried about Anna's marriage at this point because I don't think she really understood that was going to be on camera. When she's like, yes, I'm divorced for 2 days. Let's fucking party, bitch.
Yeah, because he like goes in and he like kisses her on like the side of the head. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So-
this guy has no shame. She's like,
No,
literally just
none.
had a newborn with my husband. He's like, want to fuck?
He like also can't like take a night off from it. It's like he's just never satisfied. And especially if this was something, if Gary and Daisy had hooked up on this trip, or was this supposed to be a Daisy and Colin hookup moment? You know what? Never mind. But either way,
This is Colin and Daisy, I think.
so it's the morning, and Anna comes in. She feels great because there was some concern that she was going to get too drunk. She wouldn't be able to control herself, but she's fine. And she's like, no crush on Gary, no drama. I love my husband to death. Absolutely. Not divorced for 2 days whatsoever.
So then we start seeing the looks because it's 2 hours before the runway and everybody's rushing around. And Praj's like, I'm taking a huge risk with this look. You are taking a huge shit on a stage with this look. This is terrible. This is an old lady nightmare.
This
is terrible. This is like borderline offensive that he would make this for the female captain. It's like so matronly.
It was, and I feel
was
like no one
bad.
wanted to say that. I feel like no one wanted to say it because I felt like no one wanted to be ageist. But honestly, it did look like very matronly. It looked like something like very geriatric. I detested it.
It was very like mother of the bride, like grandmother of the bride, but if the bride was marrying a dead person, because it's also black, so it's like a funeral wedding. I mean, it was just
It was
bad.
like it was
bad.
like a sassy senior citizen going to bingo night in the Poconos.
And I generally like him and his stuff, but this is 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks of
2 weeks in a
garbage.
row that he's completely shit the bed, and I can't believe he didn't take more crap for this because I'm
Yeah.
already mortified. And Sandy's actually so nice in this. She's like, "You're doing great."
You're doing great. Although I just want to suggest maybe only 5 courses instead of 8. He's like, it doesn't even apply to me. I'm not cooking any food. I know. Just want to put that out there, though.
Listen, you know what? Can we just try some nachos? Just try 'em.
You know what? The snake rots from the head. And right now, you're the head of the snake. Okay? There. I'm glad I inspired you with some tough love.
Hi, designers. Anyone ready to set sail? Possibly Rami, who will be sailing into the sunset for the last time because there's no save left for his loser ass. I can't wait.
Although I guess the term sail and Rami doesn't quite work because you actually have to have sails to be a successful designer, I suppose.
So then Project Runway wrote a new theme for this section. Wacky slut music plays as Gary comes over to Anna and is all awkward. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, how are you?" She's like,
last night.
she just completely blows him off. She's like, working. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay. Blah, blah. So Courtney is like, oh, Daisy, are you wearing heels? She goes, yes. And then Gary's like, not on my fucking boat, you're wearing heels. Oh, I've worn heels on your boat 1,000,000 fucking times, girl.
So Bishmi's outfit looks really cute. His is coming out looking
So
really
cute.
cute.
Yes.
Z's jacket looks insane. I'm not really sure if
I-
this is like...
I actually really liked Z's jacket. At least I think I like the vibe of it. Because later on, you know, Karasan gets dinged for being too much happening on it, which I totally get. But in terms of just like that kind of collar and that kind of look, I really liked it on Z. But it didn't make any sense whatsoever as a deckhand uniform. It just was like a nice jacket, like a nice shape on him.
Yeah, not cute. And so then, I mean, not cute for this. And then, let's see. So Prajay is kind of dissing Karasan's. He's like, oh my God, hers is not giving uniform at all. Look who's talking. Oh my God, yours look like it's literally in line for the check-in at the home. Okay, please stop. So hair and makeup time, hair and makeup time.
Yay.
Gary's getting his mane blown out. And Brittany's worried about snaps because she's not used to using all this hardware. She's like, this is not my signature hardware. But guess what? Can't sew a bicycle to an outfit. So that's what I'm stuck with.
So 7 minutes, and then Rami's really excited because he thinks this will be a redemption moment. And then now there's 1 minute left, and now it's seconds away. Last looks, and Sandy's like, "Oh, I feel bad that you guys are under so much pressure. I mean, it's not the sort of pressure you feel like when you've been attacked by Somalian pirates, but it's pressure for you guys. So you know, you're doing great. Everyone's doing great. Nap time afterwards, huh?"
So then we go to the runway. And Nina's back, so everybody applauds her. And she's like, oh my God, it's me, Nina.
I miss you so much. Like I was on the phone like, what happened? Who looked like what? I miss the outfits. I miss the looks. I miss the styling.
And Elaine's like, guys, I'm so excited to introduce you to tonight's judges, a below deck legend known for her ferocious wit and her fabulous style and her, LOL, Kate Chastain. Kate.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, we are excited about the Benton Follies. Will be coming. No. We didn't introduce you yet. We're talking to Kate Chastain right now, Countess Luann. Oh, my apologies.
Well, I'd like to introduce Kate Chastain myself. I'm Countess Luann. Thank you for joining us. Kate Chastain, please come to the stage. Fly me to the moon and let me play in the stars.
Kate's like, thanks for having me. Huh? So, yeah, sorry, go on.
No, that was it. The Kate Chastain. So let's see. Elaine's
Brittany's
like, and the
like-
winner of last season's client challenge, she knows her way around a yacht, y'all. Countess Luann, thank you. For me, it was so fun strutting down the runway in Chantal's creation. And for years in all the commercials and magazine shoots I did as a model in Uruguay, etc., etc.
Being someone who's written up to 6 songs in my life, being a fashionista / songwriter / creative force in this culture, it's an honor for you to have me here. So you're welcome. And Rami, great to see you here. Last I heard, you were eliminated, like much of the rest of my fellow cast of Roni. So to see you back is a little bit surprising, I have to say. I mean, even I have had a more successful career than you have, Rami. Anyway, what are we doing next?
Kato's like, Luann's in the house. So then we start the show, and the below deck music starts, but then and other music comes on. It's like, and Captain Sandy's like, bling, here we go. It's the theme for bling.
So first up is Aisha, who looks great. I love it.
Aisha Bishmi, Aisha.
Aisha
Bishmi,
and Bishmi.
Yeah.
Beisha. Is that what you said? Beisha?
Bishesha.
Bishesha.
Bishesha, actually. Bisha. Bishesha. Bishesha. Hey, Bishesha. That's a cute couple name, Bishesha.
I think this looked great. I actually didn't. For me, I didn't need the little jacket that he put on her. Like, it had the anchor, and people really love the anchor. But I just liked actually the uniform the most when it was not in the jacket.
I put the cap thing actually works. The top is adorable. The skirt is great. Hate the anchor. The anchor is terrible, and it looks cut out with scissors and like glued to the back. I can't believe it was getting complimented, but it was gorgeous. And the big neoprene collar he did, like he shaped
the structure.
It was very, very cool. I loved it. And the judges seem to love it too. And next out is Caveman Gary. Not cute. This is
I didn't like this at all.
This is a terrible jumpsuit. Let's start with the terrible jumpsuit, Gary.
I mean, I felt like the jumpsuit was it was fine. I didn't love the zipper in the back, and then the styling. I thought like the leather jacket with it didn't match. I thought the jacket I thought looked great, but didn't seem to match with the jumpsuit. Didn't seem to match for like a uniform. I didn't really understand what was going on here.
I put the jacket's fine, but the actual look, shirt open, pantsuit. But then he took off the jacket and it looked cute. So, I mean, I don't know. And then he flipped his hair around and Nina's like, oh, that hair flip was everything.
Daisy is next. And I didn't actually love the proportions on this. I think it's actually because of the jacket or the vest. Like there was sort of it looked very cutto, but like the vest was sort of, I don't know. It sort of made her look kind of blobby up top, if you ask me. I didn't, but Daisy seemed to really enjoy it. I liked it without the vest more.
Well, under that jacket thing, it was cute, but it was real. It is what Daisy asked for, which is really sexy. Like it has like a collar line that comes down, and then the back are those butt cheek cut shorts, like where it goes up to half your butt cheek, which I guess is in fashion. Like I see them everywhere. You can't wear that on a boat as a professional though. And then that vest was very art teacher. It's like your art teacher who comes in with that flowy vest. It didn't all go together. I wasn't really sure about this one.
Luann goes, fashionable. And Kate goes, and function. And Luann goes, fashion and function. I guess I'll incorporate that in. Fine. But let's just say that my observation was a little bit more salient. I think we'd agree.
I just add a tiny bit of
So then Z wears Karasan's design, and his pants are fitting a little weird, and he's got kind of like a Michael Jackson inspired like Captain EO jacket. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's weird to me.
like the pants definitely had like a weird fit around the crotch, right? They sort of were baggy there, and then, but again, I think I just liked the idea of it more than I liked the execution.
Yeah, and also this is not easy. Like they're having to make uniforms. So if they had actually made uniforms, everybody would have been like, this is boring. But then if you make something different, they're like, oh my God, that's not a uniform. It's like you can't win. You know?
But like that being said, this was like a full-on jacket with like a big old. He looked so bundled up. I was like, how is this possibly something useful as on a deck crew?
Yeah, I mean they do have Alaska, cruises, right? My
Yeah.
parents went on one of those. It could work for something like that, I guess. So then let's see who's next.
Courtney.
Rami and Courtney. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Courtney looks cute. She like Rami does actually incorporate his signature draping into it in a way that somehow works. And like the stripes are sort of going down like the front of her outfit, and he relied on like a tennis skirt inspiration, but it's actually more of like a skirt because she needs to have shorts underneath because she has to go from like
Which is what they were. Which cracks
Yeah.
me up because everybody's like, "Oh my god, that was brilliant that he used a skirt." I'm like, they literally wear skirts already. Okay, if you've ever seen this show, but
I like
yeah.
the ventilation he incorporated. Like you saw, like there was areas where it was sort of like meshy, and I was like, that looks kind of cool. I like it.
I didn't really get the cape, and the frilly tennis skirt was weird for me. I don't know. It was kind. It
I would
was
say-
okay. She's a good
by the way-
walker, though. I will say about Courtney, she's much better walking than she is twerking. Great.
Yes.
walk.
I have to say, just in general, for I think almost every outfit that was there, I thought that all the jackets were unnecessary and annoying looking. Like I thought they all did not really help, and I felt like they covered up the stuff. I felt like they covered up better work that was beneath, except for, of course, Laurence, whose jacket was great, but everything else didn't really work for me.
So then we go to Colin walking down in Brittany's jumpsuit. I loved this one. So this one was like a more form-fitting jumpsuit, and she did it all black but with white stitching, which I thought made all the difference. And it has multiple pockets, and I think it looks really good. And it also helps having Colin walk over Gary, because
Yeah.
Gary's like all, I don't know, skeevy, and Colin's very confident and hot. So, that could have helped too.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I actually didn't like this one, and so the moment when I didn't like it, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be a top design, and I was like, I could actually imagine Dom wearing it. Like I can imagine Dom probably loved it, and I can see I was very fashion forward, but for me, I was like, I don't know, I actually didn't love the top stitching, but I know that's the thing that probably made it the most fashion forward. But again,
Yeah.
that's what I say. I'm not a fashion gay. I don't know what I'm
I
talking
love
about.
this one. In case like that is so good. Brandon's like, good outfit for working on the engine, which I would never. Can you even believe this? I should have taken off this week. This is a disgusting challenge. So then we could see Captain Jason. Okay, now here's where I veer off the rails. I loved this. I
Did
thought it
you?
was so cool. Yeah. She made a jumpsuit. The bottom is like jumpsuit pants, but then it turns into like a kimono on top. And I thought for what he asked for, I think if the whole crew was kind of dressed like this, but his was like the more elegant version or whatever, I loved it. I thought it was so hot. I mean, if he was working in the area that he said he's living,
I hated it. I was like, this is just so ridiculous. I'm not opposed to something with a kimono involved, but sort of like later on what they said, it just didn't really have authority to it. It was very bare chested for a captain. And I don't know.
But
It
it's Captain
just,
Jason. I mean,
and he did like point at the audience, like he's like, hey, or at the
yeah.
judges. But no, for me, this didn't work for me.
I mean, this was badass, I thought. Now, not every captain could wear it, but you know what? They're not working on some cruise, like a cruise line where every captain has to wear the same thing. Listen, if you got a Jason, put him in that. If you don't have a Jason, sew up the front. What can I say? But I loved this. I thought it was really good looking.
Yeah, I really don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. It was
Yeah, I hear
it
you.
was strange
We don't have
for
to
me.
agree.
So
don't have to
then
agree.
Captain. No, I was just
I
trying to
will
think
love
of like.
my kimono jumpsuit that I'm ordering on By the Runway. So you go ahead and be a hater. I'm gonna wear.
I was
that-
just like,
I'm
how
wearing
does
that
one-
to the tortilla aisle next time I'm at the Hebe?
I just want to know how one incorporates Asian influence into a captain's uniform. That's not like doing. Like or how does one bring like a kimono into it, or are there other looks that one could do? I don't know. But then we have Captain Sandy, who not only is this like a very matronly look, she's styled crazy. She has this big like captain's hat that doesn't fit her properly. It's just like popped. It's just like balanced on her head, and she literally looks like she's in a senior citizens pageant.
It's nuts. So old lady
doesn't make any
doily,
sense.
she's got kind of a sash. It's like a doily jacket, and then kind of a sash that's sewn on, and then rounded epaulette type things at the top. I did like Sandy with slicked back hair. I thought that was pretty hot. I think
Right,
she
but then
should
it's
keep
like,
that.
yeah, but then it's like totally masked by the silly hat. Because when they showed her in the styling and they showed her hair back, and I'm like, you should keep your hair back. Like the hat was so distracting. It was the proportion was so wrong for it, and everything was just wrong. I could not stand this.
So it's over now. So Brandon's like, wow, it is amazing when we have these equalizing outfits because, normally we ask you to design for rich people, and now we are basically asking you to design for high school janitors. So you did it. So congratulations to you guys. Can't wait to see who's going to mop in this. Can we please send the old lady backstage and get her some water? Okay, she's going to fall over there. It's like, oh, poor Captain Sandy.
Poor Captain Sandy. Well,
She's
also,
not
by
even
the way,
old,
No.
It's just the outfit.
and also not working in Sandy's favor is that I would not call her a natural on the runway. I would not say that that's like her forte.
You know where I am a natural? On the dock.
You know what? I'm a
Fragile
natural.
dog.
I'm a natural in escaping pirates.
Hey, guess where I'm a natural? Project Napway. Okay. You know, this outfit would look much better after I've just hugged someone and I've gone down for a nap. Okay, that's how you should look at this outfit.
So now they bring out the whole cast to talk to them. And first up is Rami and Courtney. And Brendan's like, Rami, let's get Courtney out here. I didn't think I'd get to say that again because we actually kicked you off the show. I mean, imagine that. Isn't it so funny? You being an inspiration to me. And now I'm significantly more successful than you are. And I've eliminated you. And yet you come back. That's what I call perseverance.
So Courtney comes out and she twerks because that's like
Nina
her
makes
thing.
her.
So Brandon's like, so tell us your job, bus driver. She's like,
I swapped out to be deckhand, and I help get luggage on the yacht, but I still need to look, good for working inside and outside.
and Kate's like,
I could see this going straight on the deck. It's like a uniform, but it's elevated. But I would appreciate if you'd stop trying to slap your butt cheeks together when you can't do it, because we just need to know our limitations, and that is yours.
I really like how the ruffles of the tennis skirt sort of raise up and down as you twerk, sort of like a little wave to the rest of us. And then Luann's like, well, I would see Courtney and say, oh my God, we've arrived on the yacht. Please take my order. I would like a mocktail with Fose, please. Thank you very much. And I'll have that on ice. And, oh wait, that was an actual real order. May I get one of those, Courtney? Thank you so much.
and Brandon's like, great job. It was functional, very breathable. There's nothing there. It's butt cheeks, okay? Of course it's breathable. That's what it is. And Nina's like, I thought the skirt was smart. The tailoring is impeccable. My question to you, Courtney, is can you put this through the twerk test? Oh, so this is where she actually...
Yeah, this is
so
when she does
before
it.
I was just kidding. I was like, Courtney comes out and twerks. But then she actually did twerk. Because
She was
of
not.
course
She was
did.
not going to twerk until Nina said it. But because of course her producer was like, Nina asked Courtney to twerk. Nina's like, all right, I'll do this. Can you do the twerk test?
I feel like Nina does not watch this show. Like, I feel like this is one. Brandon and Nina do not watch the show. I can guarantee you. I just wrote as she twerked, I'm so embarrassed for all of us. Like, literally,
Yes.
I just felt embarrassed as a human. So then Brandon is like, next time Nina comes out of the trailer, I'm asking if it passes the twerk test.
I don't twerk, okay? I just do what the producers tell me to do. What is it twerk anyway? So then next is Daisy and Kato. And Daisy's, they're like, Daisy, can you take off that art teacher vest, please? She's like, sure, I will. So she takes it off. And then, of course, it looks great. And Daisy loves it. She loves the color because of, her nails. And Kate was like, this was actually in my top 2. So it gets a special extra. Huh. I love it. I love it by itself. It gives me, like, Bond girl vibes. So
That's 2 out of 4 hits. So,
And Brandon's like, so Daisy, what is it that you do? She goes, I'll get blamed for everything all the time. I'm like, "Wow, okay. Thanks for being here. So Corto's like, everybody's wearing black, but I figure you can have different colors representing the different parts of the hierarchy on the boat or whatever. And I guess neon is daisies. And Kate's like, yeah. And if you fall overboard, people can find you. Heh.
Heh. Rachel Riley wishes she could, and she could never. So Nina's like, there's something about the vest, that being sleeveless, looking very formal, that I like. There's something very hostess that feels very upscale. Oh, thank God. So the faux I ordered, is that going to be coming out anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm confused about the judging. Again, another week. That cape is ridiculous, and that romper sucks too. And I think that I think you have to judge stuff. You can't be judging it like, we're judging Coteau, because she's usually the best, I think. I think she's usually got the best work. But this just was not it. And people are like, but it's her. So they're like, it's great. Not the cape. All of the cape is totally functional. That cape is not functional. It's ridiculous. And nobody wants the stewardesses in a butt cheek half hanging out. That would never work on a boat. We all know it. So just, come on.
So next up comes Jason and his kimono inspired jumpsuit, and Brandon's like, okay, so before I really lay into this, let me just see if there's any way out. What do you need in your clothing to make your job easier? Do you need it to be ill-fitting and strangely shaped? Does that make driving a boat a little easier? I'm just confused.
So he's like, well, I live in the Philippines, and that came up in conversation, so I can tell you that much. And also, generally, I'm a hot person, and people like to see, the hint of a nibble. So that's what we're going for with that one. Anyone need help with the dishes, ladies?
Luann's doing Basic Instinct in her chair. She's like, I'm single, Captain Jason. I love a yacht. Don't you remember the clip they just showed? We got the yacht.
And Kate's like,
Well, I think that you definitely created a uniform that is comfortable. It's functional, but the radio sags, and so would Captain Lee in that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that the radio sagging, that's a real bummer. I'm just gonna point out that the radio sags, because I don't have to point out that also so does everything else in this outfit. It all sags.
and that is true. I wish that the radio wasn't sagging, because that sucks. Like, I wish she had at least made that, like, come on. Like, try the radio on. And Brandon's like, yeah, it's wrong. The fit proportion. He has broad shoulders. I want more authority. And once they started dissing it, I guess I could see what they were saying. But.
Hello, Captain Jason. Hi, single Countess Luann here. So what do you normally wear, or not wear, if you will? And do you enjoy cabaret? Does that turn you on? And if you're uncomfortable in this outfit, do you need any help getting it off?
When you're moving that big wheel of yours, do you need anything to sit on? Because I've got what we call a face.
He's like, well, normally I wear a shirt and a tie. He goes, well, that's a big jump from collar to shirt and tie. You went from shirt and tie to fake kimono, and what I'm saying is, do me right here backstage, please, Captain Jason. Just do me hard.
Like silk and seat. It's not comfortable. I have a problem with neckline and the sleeves and the droopy. I liked it. So then we go to Aisha and Bishmi, and she's like, oh my God, hello, nice to meet you. I'm in charge of guest services. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Laura just comes down, kicking up her legs.
Is someone doing cabaret here?
I am here. I was here at the beginning of episode, but I had to go to the bathroom and put on makeup. So I've arrived.
Well, I really wanted something that looked sexy and professional, but I also really wanted it to breathe. And Brandon's like, and did he deliver? Oh, yes, Lee, he definitely did. I'm breathing so hard right now. And so they just love it. And Nina's like, the neoprene, how fantastic. What is the opposite of twerk challenge? That is what this is. Fantastic. It's windy. You get wet. It's perfect.
Oh, and they loved it. And I thought this looks great. This did turn out to look really, really cool. And they compliment the anchor, which I think is the only garbage piece of this. I think it looks terrible. But, the rest of it's so good that who cares? And Luann's like, love the penis. Love the penis on the back. That's an anchor, Luann. Oh, I'm still on Jason. Oh. Could you bring him back? I'm not done with that one.
And where the hell is my froze or fose? We got a million waiters in here. So Kate's like, yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. The proportions of the epaulets on the shoulders are just like a little extra big and a little extra slit and a little extra style. Yeah, I really liked it quite a bit. You can see by my abundant enthusiasm right now.
So then Captain Sandy, oh no. So Brandon's like, Captain Sandy, pleasure to meet you. Did you ask to go to a funeral/wedding today? Is that what we're going for with you? She's like, I wanted flexibility, comfortability, women to be confident in themselves, people not to be bringing heroin on board if they're employed for me. And I just said, you know what? Here's my basic advice for the world, and I want to reflect it through this outfit. God, I love that banana. And I feel like he did it.
Yeah, in this experience, I said to him, you know what? You're the captain. You're the captain now. And so Elaine's like, well, I appreciate how you pushed the design and you gave us some personality and some flair. But that being said, I have to be honest. It did feel a little costumey. The patterns, this is just, it was terrible. It was terrible. So Nina's like, the print is so distracting. I can't even list anything else. I can only say the print.
And Brandon's like, for me, it was almost top to bottom. It didn't work. And I say this from a bottom to a bottom.
No. I was like, well, I mean, I know you're fun, but I don't know about the pattern stuff. It's just like too much with the stripe and not enough Captain Jason here. A little bit too much Sandy, not enough Jason. Someone fuck me already. I'm so horny.
And I feel bad for Prajay because I feel like the past 2 weeks he's really tanked it, but I like him in general, and he looks like he's going to cry,
Yeah.
And so I feel bad for him. I'm like, I feel bad about everything I'm going to say about you tomorrow. But I wanted to hug him. And Nina's like, you took the shape of the bar jacket, and I love that. And the sleeve is beautiful. I would have left it at that. Oh, okay. So just a jacket sleeve. Okay. Nina, that sounds like a great outfit.
So now next up is Laurence and Gary. And Gary, of course, loves his jacket and everything. And Kate's like, well, I think the leather jacket on a boat to me is confusing. And you can tell by the way I raise my voice that when I say confusing, it's loaded for, looks like a piece of shit. Why are you wearing that? You shouldn't do it. You're stupid. And I don't know why you're even qualified to be on a yacht. So yeah, but it's well made. So there's that.
Well, I work with my hands and my penis, so I need something easy to move and to take off. I'm very happy with the jacket.
Laurence is like, well, the jacket is not really meant for the boat. It's more like in the evening. She goes, oh, party time. Got it. Oh, so the time when Gary tries to stick his penis into any sort of hole, whether it's a human or just like a vase. Got it.
You understand that Deckies really only wear stained T-shirts and jeans out. You understand that, right? They make a zero effort when they go out at night. So he takes the jacket off and shows off the suit or whatever, the jumpsuit. And Brandon's like, well, if it doesn't work out on the vessel, you've at least got that hair situation going on. Rar. Okay. Wow. And Gary opens up his chest.
Oh, yes. Chic, c'est la vie. Okay, could someone get just a bucket of cold water just to dump on Countess Luann's head? Thank you very much.
So then Nina's like, maybe just a few more stripes, and then that's all you needed. And Laurence goes, I know. I just didn't. And it goes, we get and a Nina eye flare like, oh, I just got sassed.
And Brandon's like, well, this has no special details. And she goes, it's a uniform. Stupid face. You have no special details. Pillsbury doughboy with glasses.
She's my favorite. There's nothing special. It's a uniform, you fucking moron.
She's like, I'm model. I bring special. So next is Karazhan and Z. So Kate's like, so for Mediterranean party season, this would be amazing. But just a reminder, you're not invited to Mediterranean party season, so good luck.
And Karazhan looks broken too because They don't love this. Elaine's like, it has too much going on, double-breasted, gold zipper, chunky lapel. I wouldn't know if he was part of a crew or is he part of a guest. And Brandon's
Well,
like,
what
yeah.
I do is there's a real easy way around that sticky situation. Just order a drink from anyone you see, regardless of who they are, and it'll eventually get to you.
Listen, when you see one sticky situation, just make it stickier. And to do that, you and I are going to the bathroom together. Got that? See you there, big boy.
By the way, I will have some more caviar, please, if you don't mind. Hello, I'm the head judge on this. I'm not a waitress. Oh, my apologies, Nina. I thought for sure you're one of these stewardesses hanging around. Continue.
So they're like, yeah, this is impractical. This is impractical. And Karasan says, yeah, but I come from a military family and I know what a dress uniform looks like. And it's very different from a regular uniform. And this is a dress uniform, not to wear on the deck, on a show called Below Deck, where people are literally stuck on the deck at all times and go nowhere formal. So
She basically created fanfic around Below Deck and then styled Z for it. She's like, guess what? There's going to be a ball. There's going to be a ball, and all the deckies from Below Deck are going to go to it, and they're going to dress up all formally. And you, Z, are going to the ball, and this is what you're going to wear.
So Brandon, let's see, drama music, dun 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 dun. So we get to Brittany and Colin. Okay, so Colin's like, I'm the chief engineer. I'm in and out of the engine room, and I also need to be formal outside because you see, back home, I have a girlfriend, and she's really beautiful and has long hair.
I was wondering, maybe we shouldn't even worry about this look. I think we should just go on to further judging. It's basically empty space up there. So why don't we move on?
Well, for the engineering, it's appropriate, and this is very presentable, even during dinner service. So good for you. This is presentable. Very good job.
Well, yeah, it's just what I would always dream of. Someone presenting dishes to our guests dressed in a jumpsuit with grease smudged on it, but it's black, so you can't see the grease as well, but it's still there. So love that. Love
Yeah,
that
so
for a
they
yacht.
like it. They like it. And then Brandon's like,
Okay, thank you, designers. We have a lot to unpack. Bye.
God, first of all, what is a deck foot? I mean, what is that? I don't even know what the fuck that is. And why are there so many jumpsuits? What was that lady wearing the doilies for? What show is this? Are we still on Lifetime?
Seriously. So they're judging, and Brandon does that thing where he just decides something. He goes, okay, so obviously like Rami, Brittany, and Bishme were the tops, right? Okay, good. Not going to hear any input on that. So let's talk about Bishme first. So Kate loved that Bishme made something that was like you'd actually want to wear on the street. And Luann's like, oh, the look was so crispy. I mean, she looked so professional. I could really see myself yelling at her. I said 2 ice cubes, not 1. Really got in the moment there.
Elevate, Lux, classic, fashion, forward. Okay, Nina, I know you've had a break, but Jesus, you need to just stop spouting out adjectives. Okay?
Does this busboy always talk like this?
And Kate's like,
Well, that could go on the yacht. Oh, but yep, that could go on the yacht and work really, really well.
and Lou's like, oh God, you could tell she loved it. Just like I love the penis on the back of that jacket. God, I love that penis.
I believe it was an anchor. Whatever you say. Maybe you haven't seen all the shapes of a penis.
So then they're proud of Brittany for doing a good job and the top stitching and all of that. And they like that, but they seem kind of boring. And they seem kind of bored. And I wrote Bishme should win. What do you think?
Yeah.
Who did you think? Did you think he should win?
Of those 3, for sure, Bishme. I liked Rami's quite a bit too, but Bishme was. I really, really liked the structure of that top,
was that
and I just
collar
thought
for me.
Yeah, it was great, and I loved the proportion of the shoulders and the epaulets and everything. And I thought it looked great. I think Rami did a very nice job too. So I felt good about that. And then we go to the bottoms, and so Karasan, they basically felt like it was not the right outfit for the challenge. And Nina's like, well, forget that Karasan's fashion was over-designed. It did not fit properly. Everything was tight. The shoulder wasn't where it was supposed to be. The pants were busting out. There never was a decky ball. I don't know where she got that idea. It drives me nuts, etc., etc.
And Elaine's like, I'm just so confused because every week she reminds us she's a costume designer and she loves designing for characters. And this week she had an actual character and didn't design anything for this role. And I needed more of a character with a dramatic, traumatic story. No one cried. I really didn't feel anything sad today. I feel like we should recast the season, is what I'm saying. Everybody needs to go home until they can display some pain.
What I'm trying to say is she failed as a designer and as a costume designer. Wow, double fail. So Nina's like, she's like, then they talk about Anna, and they just really, really hated this one. They just, they felt it was very loose. It wasn't authoritative. And Brandon's like, I mean, I'm not sure I want the captain, no matter where I am, to be chest out in a jumpsuit being like, what's up, y'all? Am I right?
And Nina's like, the captain, that's the highest ranking uniform. I mean, come on. This was very ambiguous. Brandon's like, oh my God. And Prajay and poor Captain Sandy, the shoes, the hat, the peplum, the fabric.
What is peplum, by the way? Is that the pattern?
I don't know. Let's look it up. Damn it. Why'd you have to ask me?
I don't know.
The oh, we don't have to
peplum or peblum?
Peplum. I'm going to say with a B. Peplum bubblegum. Oh,
it's peplum, P-E-P-L-U-M, is a short, flared, gathered, or pleated strip of fabric attached to the waist of a woman's jacket, dress, or blouse to create a hanging frill or flounce. I love the word flounce.
I like flounce too because that's how I walk through a store. I flounce.
Oh yeah, now I'm looking at examples of it. Okay, got it. Yeah, the peplum, didn't like the peplum. So Kate's like, yeah, I mean, Captain Sandy is like way cooler than this. Huh? That was sarcastic.
I'm just saying that so Hannah Ferrier will be pissed off somewhere in the world. Hope you enjoyed that one, Hannah. That one's for you, Hannah. And then Brandon's like, so we know what we're doing, right? Now, I love Kate's cap. She's actually in the perfect upgrade outfit. I don't know what I'm writing. I don't know what that means. So Elaine is like, okay, designers, we know how difficult this was, but we'd like that expressed next time in correlation to terrible stories from your childhood that made you cry, preferably involving bullying. Just remember that for next week.
Okay, well, on top, we have Brittany, Bishmi, and Rami. Welcome back to the winner's circle, Rami. I mean, the fake winner. You didn't win the season. I mean, that probably never happened, but you can always imagine. This moment right now, imagine this, but 10 times larger, and that's what it's like to win, okay? Anyway, congratulations. And the winner is not Rami after all that. Welcome to the you came close but didn't win winner's circle, Rami, because Bishmi wins.
But you do win the prize of walking off stage and having Christian shake his head at you with a smile that says, I've already beat you so many times.
You have the prize of knowing that Christian saved you only for you not to win the very next challenge. The prize of that regret.
And so Bishmi wins. And Karasan, Prajay, and Anna are in the bottom. And I think, who do you think it should be? I think it should be Praj.
I was, yeah, I don't know. I was torn because I thought Anna's was really bad, but I also really hated Prajay's. So I figured either one of those. I didn't think that Karasan should go home for that, but I see the errors in Karasan's ways, even though I enjoyed aspects of it.
But it was still cool and well made. Like it was like a good idea. You know what I mean?
It was a good look for Z.
Even though it didn't work for the challenge. And I thought that Anna's at least looked hot on Captain Jason, even, okay, maybe it's not. I get all the criticisms of it, but I think Prajay's just looked terrible. Like it was just unflattering and bad.
It looked so bad.
The bottom for me.
I think I cringed the most with Prajay's, but I just couldn't tell if like that was because of Prajay's or was it because Captain Sandy looked so awkward in it, but maybe she looked awkward in it because it was terrible. I'm not sure, but
it was Anna. Anna's out of there. Yeah, she's out of there. And Anna's messed up enough that I'm not like, God damn it, this is unfair. But I still felt bad for her.
Elaine's like, listen, Anna, you're so talented. I just want to say, new mom to new mom. We're both new moms, but I'm a new mom who's a little bit more successful than you. So I'm like a newer, better mom, and you're just a new mom. So anyway, go back to enjoying your new momness with your husband who's now going to be mad at you.
Right. Thank you for staying on this show just long enough for your husband to divorce you. This was really fun from mom to mom.
You have sacrificed so much to be here, almost the way that Christian has sacrificed his save on someone like Rami.
Yeah.
I applaud you for
And
that.
So Nina's like, wait, let me say. Oh, no, Anna. I put NNA. So I thought maybe that meant Nina, but it's Anna's like goodbye monologue. She's like, I've had difficulties because of friendships on this show, but I kept myself strong, and my son is going to be so proud when he sees that I've made a hat out of curtains. Thank you.
She tells everyone to go shine on them hoes, and then Christian's like, "Okay, bye. You can leave now. Bye, bye. Go to your workroom. Bye. Never want to see you again. Bye."
And that was it. That was the Below Deck episode of Proj Runs.
Deeply entertaining. Loved it.
times.
So good. Thanks everyone for being here.
Thank you for being here. We will see you guys tonight at the live event on Instagram Live, 5:30 Pacific time, and it's every first and third Monday for the foreseeable future. So join us if you can't join us tonight, or you're listening to this on a different day. Just remember those days and come join us some other time. We sure love you guys.
Bye everyone.
Bye.